Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of SpongeBob Now. Today, I will be talking about Snowball effect, and one Krabs trash. First, I'm going to talk about Snowball effect. Enjoy. In the beginning of the episode, an iceberg travels across the surface of the ocean and stops over Bikini Atoll, causing it to snow underwater in Bikini Bottom. The realistic fish head reports on the scene to inform the Bikini Bottom citizens on the heavy snowfall across the city. Everyone notices and starts to have fun in the snow, while SpongeBob and Patrick decide to have a snowball fight. Meanwhile, Squidward is relaxing at his house, sitting near a fire and drinking a hot cup of tea. He hears the sounds of SpongeBob and Patrick building snow forts and tells them to quiet down. The duo tries to convince him to come out and play with them, both trying to get him on their own side, but Squidward turns down both their offers, dismissing snowball fights as childish, only for the two to inadvertently put out his fireplace twice. Squidward decides that, as entertainment, he will watch them fight, hoping they will get hurt. However, SpongeBob and Patrick took Squidward's words to heart and signed a peace treaty. Squidward tries to convince them to continue for his entertainment, but repeatedly gets hit with a snowball by Patrick as a result, the last of which involving Patrick pausing before throwing it for kicks. He then decides to throw a snowball at SpongeBob and Patrick, but misses both of them, putting out his fireplace once more. SpongeBob and Patrick interpret the launching of snowballs as a declaration of war, then proceed to duck behind their fort and mercilessly begin to pelt Squidward with snowballs and a top hat after Squidward gets turned into a snowman. Fed up with their attack, Squidward, breaking free from his snowman-shaped prison, proceeds to throw a snowball in retaliation and hits SpongeBob right in the face. He quickly begins to enjoy himself and soon becomes exhilarated, before throwing another at Patrick. He starts to relentlessly pelt SpongeBob and Patrick with more snowballs, while the two take cover in response. After Patrick is hit by a snowball containing Squidward's clarinet, he and SpongeBob decide that Squidward is taking the snowball fight far too seriously and sneak off back to the pineapple. When Squidward notices that the snowballs have stopped falling, he takes the opportunity to assess his defenses. Realizing his fort is too small, Squidward decides to make it bigger and eventually builds it to the size of a tower, later to be known as Fort Squidward. When an overhead tree branch begins to drop snow on his head, Squidward believes snowballs are being thrown at him by SpongeBob and Patrick and repeatedly hurls out snowballs in random directions. Meanwhile, SpongeBob and Patrick relax in the pineapple, watching TV while drinking hot chocolate and eating popcorn. SpongeBob faintly hears Squidward's yelling for a moment and asks Patrick if he also heard something. After Patrick replies, "Nope," probably deciding to let Squidward have his fun, they continue to watch a news report about the snow, before the screen cuts to black, thus ending the episode. Next, I'm going to talk about one Krabs trash. Enjoy. Mr. Krabs holds a yard sale at his house where he passes off his and other people's garbage as valuable antiques. Patrick and SpongeBob come by, and Mr. Krabs tricks them into buying a plunger and a soda-drinking hat, respectively. After they leave, several people come by and each of them offers a large sum of money to Mr. Krabs for the soda-drinking hat, prompting Mr. Krabs to get it back from SpongeBob. Mr. Krabs finds SpongeBob, who has modified the hat to blow bubbles. He first tells SpongeBob that he looks like a girl with the hat, but SpongeBob thinks it was a compliment. Mr. Krabs then tries to offer him other hats in exchange for the soda-drinking hat, but SpongeBob declines the offers. At night, Mr. Krabs draws an obviously fake ghost on a paper and uses a fishing rod to scare SpongeBob into giving up the hat. The ghost tells SpongeBob that he must give the hat back to the owner. When pressed, Mr. Krabs invents the name Smitty Werbenhagerman Jensen. However, Krabs' plan backfires when SpongeBob tells him that there is an actual dead person with that name and SpongeBob has placed the hat with Jensen's remains. Mr. Krabs goes to the cemetery to retrieve it. He goes looking for the grave, seeing Squidward weeping over a grave, literally memorializing his hopes and dreams along the way, until finally finding Smitty's massive tombstone. He defiles the grave and takes the hat out, only for Smitty to rise up and tell him to give the hat back. When Mr. Krabs refuses, he gets the army of the living dead to attack him. Fortunately, he successfully defeats all the skeletons and runs back to the businesspeople to get his money. However, they have found out there is a whole warehouse of those hats, severely depreciating their value. They see SpongeBob wearing a hat with clapping hands and chase after him to buy the hat from him for even higher sums than they offered Mr. Krabs for his hat. Mr. Krabs breaks down at the lost financial opportunity. Squidward passes by, watching Mr. Krabs cry and ironically calls his boss a baby as the episode ends. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Goodbye everyone.